Hey, crypto heads, it's the Goose with the Cryptic
Where'd he go?
Paranormal Show, and Mike walks out right after the intro.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God, utmost professionalism! I swear to God. I guess maybe it's his payback for not sending him the link to the show tonight. There he is.
It was a silent protest.
Walk out.
Walk out.
Oh my God.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody watching Crypto Heads. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We're just chilling and having a good time tonight. No special guests, but we're special intro for this lady over here.
Hello.
If you guys missed the show last week, we made the official announcement that Denise is going to be joining the show. She's going to be helping us out with like the social media coordinating and running the chat room and stuff like that. Speaking of, I got to turn the chat room on so I can see who's commenting. Hey Barb, how are you? Holly, hello.
Hello.
She's gonna be helping us with that. She's gonna be helping us like get everything out there on Facebook and stuff during the week, help us promote the show. And she's gonna be on when she can. When she can't, it's no big deal. But we want her on as much as we can. Denise,
not on.
Yeah.
I would expect nothing less.
But she'll be a big part of the show, and she's like I said, it's going to be awesome. Thank you, Denise, for coming on board.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Thank you. Thanks, Lacey.
So that Lacey, hello.
Some lady named Aggie is watching.
Well.
Uh-oh.
Hello, madam.
The madam's watching.
Yeah.
Hello.
Of course, Wooliver's watching from a distance.
Wooliver.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man, the Man Mountain. Our boss.
He's wonderful.
No, David's a good guy. And we wouldn't be here on RU Media if it wasn't for him. So thanks, Dave. Holly, Woot Woot, welcome, Denise. Lacey said, welcome to the show. Awesome. So why don't we start off by getting to know Denise? Not that we don't know her, but you guys don't know her.
Can we grill her?
What's that?
Can we grill her?
Can we what? Yeah.
All right, Denise, first question.
Okay.
Are unicorns part of the paranormal? Go.
That was a question.
Yeah, sure.
I think,
I guess. I mean, yeah. Why not?
Good.
Oh, Chris Musgrove's on. What's up, buddy?
Oh, man. The gang's all here.
Yeah, they are. They're all here to see you, Denise.
I doubt it.
We've been doing this show for over a year, and none of those people ever come on. Just kidding. We love you guys. But like I said, we're here to introduce Denise, get to know her. We're here to have fun tonight. The world is crazy. It's chaos. I think we're all feeling it. It felt like the COVID thing was finally dying off a little bit. The fear, we were starting to get out of the house, and then we're right back in because of curfews for riots and protests and all that kind of stuff.
2 weeks ago, I had a sense of doom.
Yeah,
that's true. That's
true.
Yeah,
you did. You called it, man. Yeah. And then all that shit. What did you do, man?
Right? Way to go.
You put some bad juju out there.
Thanks, Heisenberg.
Like Denise will bring credibility to the show.
Right.
Yeah, right. Somebody on the show's got to be professional. Sure as hell isn't you. It's definitely not me. I could barely turn my computer on most nights.
I'll do my best.
So Denise, how did you start getting the paranormal? We know the story, but a lot of people don't because we have different guests now than like every time you come on. Yeah. You know, every time the Mad Crew's on, we have different people watching. So how did you start in the paranormal?
Unintentionally, kind of. I live actually on the same road as the seminary and would drive past it all the time and went for a flashlight tour, and Adam was my tour guide, and I fell in love with the building and what he was doing, and I honestly didn't even know anything about him. I didn't know that he had resident undead. You know, there was girls taking a picture with him, and I was like, why are they taking a picture of a guy who owns a building? You know, I didn't I had no idea.
Right.
And
I question that all the time.
even still. But you know, at the end of my flashlight tour, I told him that I had to work there, and he let me come back, and I haven't left since.
Mhm.
And you know, working in that building, you can't really ignore the paranormal. And you know, I had experiences when I was a kid, and I just, you know, I kind of stopped and pushed them away. And then you know, working at Madison, you can't push them away anymore. So I got sucked right back into the paranormal.
I mean, you started there just because you had a love of the history of the place, right?
Yeah. And I loved what Adam was doing with the place. Like as he's talking, I can see, you know, the rooms filling with furniture, and I could see the repairs being done, and I could see the building coming back to life. And that was the part that hooked me in.
Yeah. I can imagine. We've been going there. How many years has it been, Mike? I mean, I've tried to count. Yeah, we've been going to Madison Seminary. Yeah. And I mean, every year it's at least, you figure probably at least twice a year we've been going there since we started. And it's amazing to see how, a lot more now. But it's amazing to see how Adam has turned that place around, because were you ever in there before Adam took it over?
No. I drove by when they had, you know, they had a giant piece of plywood with spray paint on it that said Ghost Hunts, and then it had a phone number on it. But I never went because I wasn't, you know, I wasn't into the paranormal. You know, I was too scared. I wasn't going to do that, you know. So
right.
So once they had tours of it, I went.
Yeah. I mean, they were using it for storage. It was on a steady decline. And I don't know if I speak for Mike, but I think we were pretty worried about it. I mean, I was waiting for them to kind of close down completely, because I know, you know, the previous owner wasn't really involved with it. I mean, It was basically left up to his ex-wife and his son, who was already Tom Cassell, the son, was a good kid. I mean, he was very involved in a lot of things in Madison and the surrounding area. I mean, he had like 3 jobs on top of trying to do what he could by himself to keep that building running. But I mean, he was in over his head, and then, you know, not having any backing on it. I mean, I could see how it would, but I mean, it was just used for storage. It was horrible.
Right.
You know, every time we went in there were fewer and fewer places we could actually get into to investigate. It wasn't, you know, it was slowly becoming a place we didn't, we still love going to, but not as much.
Yeah.
And
I heard when when the basement flooded, that instead of like fixing it, he just closed the door and didn't let people down there. Like, there was no like repairs being done.
Right. Nope. I mean, it was a cesspool down there. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
And Mama
and then you couldn't go back down by the laundry area at all, because they had all those plants in there. So they had that door shut that even went down that hallway.
Yeah.
That's for all those years, that whole side. Yeah. For all those years, that whole side, I mean, in the basement was completely shut off. I mean, after Adam, when Adam opened it up, that was the first time we were able to get in to that location. And now it's one of the more active locations in the building.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see, you got Ron. Hello, sir. One of our good friends. Good to see you tonight, sir. Shelly, what's up? Shelly. All our Mad Crew fam showing up to support Denise.
And you guys.
Somebody's got to.
And us. Sure. Hey, if you guys are watching, if you're watching, share this out, share the show to your pages and all your groups. Let's get a party going in here. If you guys have any questions for us, have any questions for Denise, especially Denise, she's over there. We're getting to know her tonight, so feel free to ask away, and we'll get to it. But so how are you doing?
Because they don't want to hear me.
Don't ask my questions. He's never know what'll come out of his mouth. But So now that you're like pulled back into the paranormal, how are you? Are you getting used to it now? Is it something you're more interested in now, learning
Yeah,
about?
it's definitely. I think that when I was younger, it was kind of frowned upon, and it was something that was like, don't talk about that, don't tell
Yeah,
anybody you saw that, that kind of thing. So
yeah,
now that I'm actually like surrounded by people who support it and embrace it, like it's
hmm
definitely something that I want to get into a lot more.
yeah. Are you noticing since you've been in there doing this longer that you're having? I don't know how to phrase this. Like more. Oh, what's the word?
Intuitions. I just made that. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
a
I
word.
mean, are you like?
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
something like that.
Yeah.
More experiences. How about that?
Yeah.
More experiences, more
Pronounced
feeling around you.
experiences, more
Yeah.
feelings.
Yeah,
That
for
that
sure.
kind of thing.
I mean, it's been 2 years, and when I first started, it was like, even on my first flashlight tour, just like the feeling that I got in the asylum was something that wasn't normal, and it started
Yeah,
out with just feelings, and now it's, transformed into like I'll just hear things like, or I'll just know something or understand something, or and which sounds totally crazy, but
no,
that
not at
happens
all.
quite frequently. And I started being able to see things more often, which is scary and comforting at the same time. It's
Uh,
scary when you realize that they're right next to you, but it's comforting when you realize that they're hiding in the corner.
yeah,
I got you. I
it's
gotcha.
comforting that they're
Well, I
Now
mean,
they're
and
watching over you a
especially,
bit.
right, especially at that building, a lot of times they are hiding in the corner. They're trying to
yeah, they
stay
are.
away from you. There's not, I'd say the majority are trying to avoid you rather than to
Mhm.
confront you. At least me, I guess.
Yeah. Do you notice a difference in the
I
types of
understand.
haunting? Yeah. Do you notice? I'm sorry, I got sidetracked by somebody. Mike said he can't wait to get Mike Simpson's on. Hello, Mike. What's up,
Hi,
buddy?
Mike.
He was a big help
Uh,
at the Madison Seminary with ghost hunts and stuff. We
Yeah. And
haven't
now at
seen you in a
Fairfield.
while, but yeah, now he's volunteering
Yeah.
down at Fairfield Infirmary.
Yeah.
Can't wait
I
to get
see him
back to
singing
Madison
karaoke
Seminary.
on
No,
his
he's going
Facebook
back next
page.
weekend.
Yeah, he does do karaoke on his Facebook
Yeah,
page. That's
that is
true.
pretty awesome, Mike. Great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Eddie is asking. I'll put that one up. I don't know if you know the answer to this, but we'll ask. Why in the heck does the doll move in Sarah's
Oh.
room now? Did someone put batteries in it? The one with the green
I,
eyes?
I think
Eddie,
Terry
there's no
Long did
dolls in Sarah's room. What are you looking at?
that. There's a doll in Sarah's room that I think Terry Long made. And it's
Mhm.
just a tiny little doll, and it sits on the vanity. And, it's been there for I don't even know how long. And, every time Pence and I go in there, one of us will shine the lights on its eyes because it makes the eyes glow. Well,
Yeah.
last weekend he shines his light on it and it starts bouncing up and down and making noise. We had no idea it does
Oh, that's right.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. It scared the shit out of me when I walked
yeah,
in.
I
Yeah.
don't know when it started doing that, but I've seen that now 100 times and it's never done that. So it was startling.
Shelly said
Always
it's
been
always
turned
been
on.
turned off.
Turn it back off, Shelly.
So,
Yeah, nobody needs to see that.
No,
no,
no.
no.
That definitely scared the shit out of me.
I can tell you
Yeah. I mean,
something. Oh, go ahead.
No,
no, go
tell us
ahead.
something.
So I think it was either last Thursday or it could have been. It was late last week. I think it was Thursday because I would have been up. So I walked into through the living room into the bathroom, and one of Lincoln's toys went off. So I like stomped a little bit, couldn't get it to go off. So I was like, I know how to fix this. So I shut it off. And Kate and I were talking about the next day, and she goes, "Well, maybe the vibrations on the floor, made it go off." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds about right." So yesterday, it was on. It was on the floor, and I kicked it out of the way, and the son of a bitch didn't go off. So I was like, "What the hell?" Like I kicked it, like just moved it with my foot out of the way, and it did not go on. But that last Friday, that thing just like 3 different times, like I stuck my head
Yeah.
out of the bathroom. I was like, "What is that?"
Yeah, kids'
That is
toys are creepy sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my daughter had one of those books where you like press on the picture and it makes that noise.
Yeah.
I was taking a shower, everybody was asleep, and I hear this cat meowing. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because our cat Lucy had just passed away like 2 weeks prior, which I thought was weird. And I'm like, do I hear Lucy?
Yeah.
I'm like, am I having a paranormal like cat experience? But it was this freaking book going off, and I couldn't figure out why it was going off. I'm like looking around, making sure like the dog didn't step on it or something, but
right,
it's freaking me the hell out.
Yeah, they're creepy.
I kicked that thing and it didn't go off, and I was like, and Kate looked at me and I was like, well, it wasn't the vibrations.
Yeah, you ruled that out.
Got a question from Kathy. Is there any place at Madison where you will not go by yourself? I know the bathroom is one. I'm just kidding.
Listen, I started going to the bathroom by myself, but that's
I know.
I
saw you in there. I'm like, I saw you in there last weekend walking back. I'm like, do you want me to stay out here and just wait for you? You're like, no, I got this.
I'm fine. I got it now.
You almost messed up because you're like, I saw her in there, and I was like, what are you doing in the girls' bathroom? But then he said, he finished it. I almost had him again.
Right?
Not this time, buddy. Not this time.
He's learning.
It was already firing in my head. I was like, oh, I got this.
I've been doing day tours. If people, if people want to come during the day, they can't make it at night, whatever, which has been great for just getting out of the house. It's doing wonders. But when I go, I have to, open the building by myself. So I've made it to, from the lobby to the laundry room door during the day by myself. And that's about it.
Hey, small steps, man. Small steps.
Small steps. Yeah.
You'll be up there eventually, just walking around like, saying
like
hi to everybody.
Hey, you'll be up to asylum 2 o'clock in the morning, just hanging out.
Yeah, right.
All the dead people.
People always tries to trick me into going into the asylum by myself, but I haven't done it yet.
I did it once, and I had to like immediately run down because something was happening on the second floor.
And you ran towards the noise?
What's that? Yeah. Well, I mean, it was Mike and one of our investigators, like yelling about something that they had just experienced. Is when your jacket got pulled real hard.
Yep.
And
jacket got pulled. I heard that footstep behind me, and then we got the EVP that said his name.
Yeah,
so, like, it was pretty cool.
Well, that was a disembodied voice too, wasn't it?
Yeah, he heard it. I didn't hear that because I don't think I was too busy like going like all celebrating that my jet, because that was my first ever ghost hunt.
Oh, yeah, wow,
that's the first place I've been. So I was like jumping up and down and like all happy, but then he's like, "Did you hear that?" And then we played it back, and it said his name.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I didn't get.
I'll tell the story a little bit. So we were walking up, and he was going to mess with me.
Yeah.
So he was like, he walked up to the steps. He's like, "All right, you're going to go to one side. I'm going to go to the other side." So I was like, "Okay." We get halfway up the stairs, and he turned around. And he goes, "We're not splitting up." And then that happened.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the splitting up thing. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me anymore. You get used to it.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Maybe
I mean, back then, I mean, the asylum was scary enough, but
yeah,
I mean,
back then
now
they didn't treat it very well.
No. Now I don't know if you agreed, Denise, but I guess you didn't start going there until after Adam started there. But I mean, in the earlier days when Adam started, do you know an increase in like a difference in the hauntings there? Like a different feel to the place?
For sure. Like just the Civil War side in general. Not the basement, that's always been creepy. But the upstairs used to be calm and you could get a lot of activity, but it wasn't ever like scary or threatening or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But now I'm not a fan of investigating up there. I don't know what's going on up there, but it's definitely got a different vibe to it.
Yeah. For me,
you did walk up to the Civil War side by yourself because Ray and I were up there, and you came up there, and
I know, and I had to make a point to tell you guys, hey, did you notice that I walked all the way up here by myself?
You're all like,
right? The gold star.
Quick hellos to John Ward. What's up, buddy? He wants to know when we're getting back into the studio. next Thursday. At least that's the plan. Mike, I don't know how you feel about that, but even if you want to come from home, I will be in the studio.
I'll be in the studio.
Yeah.
Don't sound so excited.
Yeah. Sorry, I was responding, but I was like reading as well. Leanne, hello. We got Eddie. Barb said I'm going to scroll back to that real quick. She had an experience with her daughter. Where'd it go? Here we go. Barb and her daughter, Maddie. They investigated the entire building on their own once, right before Adam bought. Yeah, that's pretty brave.
Yeah, that's brave. Yeah.
I could go into a room, maybe a section by myself, but I don't know how I'd feel about walking around the entire building.
Yeah.
By myself, that'd be.
Adam doesn't
a little nuts.
Adam doesn't like what?
Oh yeah.
Adam just walks around like.
I know. Jeez.
Well, he was recording there during that whole quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was there for how long? He was like weeks.
I think a month. Yeah. I can't wait to see that.
I know. I can't wait to see that footage because I mean, it looked like he had some pretty intense moments there.
Yeah.
It looks like he lost his freaking mind. Is what it looks like.
A little bit, yeah.
I was about to go up there. I was like, "You need some help, buddy?"
Yeah, there was a lot of times where I was tempted to stop and be like, "You good, bud?" Like, I saw your post. Just want to make sure you're okay. So
What's
I'm
up,
excited
Aaron?
to see that.
Hey, our teammate Aaron Brunton is in the house. What's up, brother? I wanted to go back and say hello to Leanne. Thank you very much for watching the show. Holly Miner said she's heard that. Let me put that up there so that everybody can see this. She said, I heard there is a new feel to Madison now that Adam has acquired Fairfield. Is it different? Have you noticed anything since he's?
We do get a lot of, like the Phasma box, EVPs, whatever. It'll be, where's Kimmel? Where's Adam?
Yeah.
I think they know that he's got a new baby.
Yeah, I think we got something on the grandpa box when we were at Madison last weekend.
Yeah.
Asking for Adam.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, they ask for him a lot more now.
Yeah. The grandpa box was going off pretty well. I mean, it was called Eddie Pence, like by first and last name.
It said Eddie like 3 times, and then we were like, "Did it say Eddie?" And it's like Pence.
Yeah, it was nuts.
To be clear, I'm talking about Eddie Pence.
So, all my worries about starting to use that last weekend were all null and void by the end of the night because it was working really well. We were getting some interesting stuff. It said 9 people. Well, it said 8 people. And we're like,
no, it said 8.
So we asked how many people were in the room. We were up in the Civil War side in the tea set room. And we asked how many people. You could tell the story better. Like the events.
So there's a couple of us sitting around in the room and, a couple of us standing up, whatever. And we say, "Oh, how many of us are in this room?" And it says 8. And we're counting and we're like, well, there's 9. But Eddie was actually standing in the hallway just looking in.
Yeah.
So technically there were 8 in the room and then 1 outside.
Right. So whoever we were talking to was spot on.
Yeah. Smarter than us, apparently.
Because we're all like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, carry this 5. No.
It's 9, you idiot. And then no, it was 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
it was pretty crazy.
Shelly.
Somebody cut a K2 hit and it made static on their voice recorder. Cool.
That's cool. Shelly wants to know where you'd sleep in the building.
If you could sleep anywhere in the building, where would it be?
Nowhere. At home.
Is that Denise? I guess that's for you.
No, she knows I wouldn't sleep in the building. I was going to sleep at Fairfield when I was down there, though. I was actually going to sleep in the building. Mostly just because I was scared of Kimmel taking pictures of me while I was sleeping. So the thought of that was scarier than sleeping in the building. So I was going to.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Kimmel taking pictures of me would be scary too, so I'd sleep in the building as well.
This is not pretty when I sleep. I don't need pictures of that shit on the internet.
I know, I'm like,
Right?
that's how I.
I need some electricity so I can plug in my BiPAP machine. Oh yeah, does this place have running electric?
Right. Important.
You have clean water so I can put this into my BiPAP? Is this distilled?
Holly, you definitely should come out. You got to check Madison out. I don't think you're too far away. You got to get out here and check it out for sure.
Yeah.
But
Fairfield's pretty cool, but Madison will obviously always have my heart. So
yeah. So what has been so far since you've been working at Madison? What has been your like most like earth-shattering experience? Like, I mean, what kind of like flipped that switch for you?
When she met you.
Yeah.
I have that effect on you.
Like all of us.
Like, I'm done with this shit. I can't. If he's involved, I can't be part of this.
Yeah.
Sorry, all right. Answer the question, Denise.
None of you answered the question. Go answer the question.
I said that I would not sleep in the building. I live close. I would just walk home. There's no reason for me to ever sleep there.
All right, Mike. Where would you sleep in the building?
I think. Well, see, I have to take so many sleeping pills and stuff, so I could sleep anywhere. I'll take the asylum, guys. I'll take the asylum.
On the couch in the lobby.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I did that. That was more of a sickness pass out.
Yeah.
Right.
Sarah had to drive us home that night. I laid in the back of my truck, not the backpack, but the back seat.
Right.
I was not feeling it.
Yeah. How about you, Goose?
I don't know. I mean, if I'm not overthinking it, I could probably sleep anywhere, because I'm the guy who fell asleep in the middle of a Waverly Hills investigation.
Yeah.
In Waverly Hills, like in a dark room with I mean, if I'm tired enough, I could fall asleep anywhere. But I mean, if I had to like sit and choose, after last weekend, it wouldn't be the Civil War side.
No.
Anywhere on the Civil War side.
Nope.
Definitely not the asylum
No.
or Sarah's room. So that pretty much probably leaves like the owner's quarters. Like I guess it's on the first or second floor.
Yeah, those are messed up too, though.
That's where everybody used to sleep.
I'm just like, you got to pick the lesser of the evils.
You know what? I honestly feel pretty comfortable when we investigate in Sarah's room. I think if I had to pick, I might pick that.
Yeah, that bed was
sounds weird. A lot of people have bad experiences there, but I've always felt pretty comfortable in there.
Yeah, I haven't had. That's probably one of the rooms I've not had like a horrible experience.
Yeah.
We've definitely had.
Yeah,
interesting
but
stuff.
Nothing horrible.
Right. Tons of activity, always, but nothing super intimidating. I've never had like bad feelings. Nothing in there.
Yeah.
Maybe I could sleep in there.
Mike Simpson said he could probably fall asleep in the map room. With those nice chairs in there and the footstools, that would probably be pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Why do they call it the map room?
For the same reason the mural of the space shuttle was original to the building.
Right?
Yes, it is. In the early 1900s, somebody had a vision that we would be going to space in a shuttle-type vehicle.
Yeah. Mike's brave. He said he thinks he would sleep in the jail cell at Fairfield.
I haven't been to Fairfield, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
What are you waiting
Aaron
for?
said he'd sleep in Sarah's room. And he said I could sleep in the asylum. I'm sure Aaron could too.
He probably could. He's got a logical mind. He could probably think away everything that he experienced up there.
Yeah, he'd debunk everything in his head.
I'm getting pretty good at that. Ask Shelly.
All of a sudden, Madison wouldn't be haunted.
Right? Nothing.
Because Aaron had solved all the problems.
Right? But getting back to Denise's experience, what was the big experience that you had that kind of flipped the switch for you?
I spent my whole life being told that things that were happening to me were not real. And so I kind of had that skepticism when I started. And, you know, hearing stories about people having their emotions toyed with and people having these visions and things, like, you know, I was just taking it with a grain of salt. And then once it happened to me in the doctor's office in the asylum, I think that was like, okay, not only do these things happen, but apparently they happen to me. And so
Yeah.
I just started to embrace them. And then I had, you know, a lot of times I'll get these like really weird like thoughts at home, you know, like maybe they don't like that person because he reminds them of someone that used to work at the building. Like that'll pop in my head while I'm doing dishes, you know. I'm not thinking about the building, nothing. And there was 4 different thoughts that I had that a psychic came and she literally said every single one of the things that I had thought of.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, okay, maybe I'm getting these messages for a reason. And so I started paying attention to those things. But I think it was mostly just things being validated that flipped the switch.
Yeah, that's a great feeling. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's something. I mean, that's huge having like a medium come in and just like spot on.
Yeah.
Like, tell you everything that you've experienced is legit. I mean, that's amazing. But even for us, like if we get like a little hello back in the recorder or something like that, it's like, yeah,
right.
validation. There's
It's
something
exciting.
here.
And you know what? I love doing the public hunts. I think that's my favorite part of being there. I love when you have people who have never done this before, you know, and you get to bring them in and show them the building, and then you put down the mag light and you say, if anybody's here, can you turn on the light? Yeah. And then the light turns on and they all gasp and hit each other. And did you see that? Oh my gosh. Like, I love that excitement of it. Yeah. It's still so much fun. I love doing it.
I still get just as giddy, and I've been doing this a
while. Yeah, it's fun.
Hear that? Oh my God, did you hear that?
Right? It's exciting.
Real quick, just wanted to say have a good night, John. Thanks for hopping on for a little bit and watching the show. We will talk to you soon, brother, and I cannot wait to see where Dead Republic goes next.
Yeah.
They just announced that they got Document 2 in the works.
Yay.
So we're all like on the edge of our seats. If you haven't seen Sleepless in Salamanca, you guys got to check it out. It was a great documentary they put out. Dead Republic, it's on Amazon. Check it out. Sleepless in Salamanca.
And while you're at it, watch Sleepless in Seattle.
No, don't watch that.
Same thing.
No.
That was really good.
Yeah, it was a great, and I just seeing my friends put out these awesome documentaries, like got my wheels turning.
Yeah.
It's like I put out the feeler a couple of days ago. I'm looking for some haunted restaurants or like taverns or like some kind of eatery.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I want to do like
get an executive producer for that because I'm the one that pushed you out there for it.
Yes, you are. You are. There's some things I got to get figured out. Obviously, the big thing is I got to get a computer that works, right?
Yeah.
So I can be able to edit any footage that we get. But I think there's. I mean, like I know from Mike and I, like when we go to these far off locations that are like out in the middle of nowhere, we always end up at like these little diners, like just like dive restaurants, like that are right there in the same town.
Right.
And you know they'll see our T-shirts or something. Or maybe they're hearing us overhear us talking about like the investigation we got going on at night, and it's crazy about how like they just get involved in the conversation.
Yeah,
they just like interject. Well, we got stuff that happens right here at the restaurant, and you know the waitress over there. She said she saw somebody, and dishes will just fly off the tables and stuff like that. And
it's the validation, you know. They finally have somebody they can actually talk to about it. It's not going to tell them they're crazy, you know.
But then, you know, as far as what we do, like we think about a lot of these restaurants are like in old buildings right across the street from
the location,
like whatever location we are. And they're just as historical buildings because they've been there since forever. And I'm thinking like,
yeah,
I like to eat a lot, obviously.
My 2 favorite things.
And I like to ghost hunt. So let's put the 2 together. And, you know, I just, you know, I got a name for it and everything, but I don't want to give it out because people have actually tried to borrow the idea and pitch it to networks, believe it or not. because it was actually somebody from a team that we used to work with, and so I try to keep things a little bit under wraps. But I know like certain people know because I've talked about it on the show. I've talked about it with Dave and stuff. But I just
didn't talk to me about it. Shelly had to tell me.
Well, I thought you were. I said it on the show, and I thought you were part of that conversation. I thought it was like when we were with the Mad Crew. Maybe I wasn't. I don't know. I apologize.
Shelly told me last night. It does sound like a good idea. Yeah. I'm excited.
My show's going to be driving in cars with ghosts.
What? Like when they follow you home from a location?
They do that. So maybe I should start recording my trip back from a location.
Right. It'll be like the confessional cab, but it's like with ghosts.
Yeah. I'll be in there. That ghost is a dick. See how they act?
Why does it smell like old lady perfume in my car?
Right. Another one of those old ladies he's trying to take home with him.
I know, and they love Heisenberg.
They do.
Eddie Pence said he gets the same thing at Quigley's in Madison when he's grabbing some wings when he's up there.
Yeah.
John Ward, pooping with ghosts. Haunted restrooms. I mean, yeah, I mean, you could really find anything to make a haunted show out, but I just thought it'd be an interesting combination.
Yeah.
Because sit there and eat, and you're talking about it, they see your t-shirt, and they come up like, hey, you guys believe in ghosts, huh?
Yeah.
Well, obviously.
No.
Right?
No, man. If I'm going to be a producer for that show, it's not going to have any of that corny shit right there, Ray. It's just going to go right into you eating,
right,
and then shit flying at you.
Nice.
We'll make it a horror movie.
like a food fight.
It'll be like 15 minutes long. Each episode.
Yeah, when I worked at the convenience store in Madison, you can definitely tell the people who were there for an investigation. First of all, because they're all buying sour candy, like Sour Patch Kids and stuff.
I always buy sour worms, the sour trolleys.
Yeah. And energy drinks at 10 o'clock at night, and I don't know, I always used to strike up a conversation with them and they would love it. They would get excited to talk about it. So it'd be cool. You'll get a lot of locals that'll want to talk.
Right.
So can we say that sour candy is the official ghost hunt snack in the world?
It has to be. It has
to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It blocks out Ray's jerky.
I like protein and caffeine. Any of the EINSE.
All right, guys. Let's take a poll. People in the comments. What's your go-to ghost snack?
Go-to ghost snack. Let us know.
Yeah, we need to know.
Comment.
Slim Jim, get out of here, John Ward. I thought you were leaving.
Out with the sweet ropes.
Denise is fitting into the show just right.
You guys told me to yell at guests, right?
Yep. Take some of the pressure off me.
Always Jolly Ranchers. That's a good one.
Mike's is got a great show, guys. We'll see you next weekend. Oh wait, that's not a snack.
I gotta put Barb because this is a funny story.
Oh yeah,
Barb.
That is a good one.
Go through snack. Stealing the goose.
Glad I got to watch it happen.
So we were investigating the Knickerbocker Hotel out in Linesville, Pennsylvania, which is right on the outside of Pyman Tuning. Really cool place. I don't know if anybody got to see our live stream. We were getting some pretty crazy interaction with a female spirit up on the third floor there. And anyways, we're getting it was like during a break and Mrs. Knickerbocker. Yeah, we're just taking a break. Mrs. Knickerbocker's like, I got ice set out. I got drinks. You guys need them. But if you want to put your drinks in the ice, feel free. I had a Mountain Dew. I think it was a Code Red. She took.
It was a Code Red.
I go grab some pizza. I come back and Barb's just chugging on my Code Red. I'm like, I didn't say anything. I just let her have
right because it's Barb. Just let her have it.
I watched her grab it out of there and take it. I didn't say anything.
I mean, it's my mistake. She said there were drinks in there that we could have, and I put mine in there, and she just assumed that was one of them that was up for
Right.
grabs.
That's
Started
funny.
chugging it. And it was just funny because I mean, I just sat there and watched her. I didn't say anything. But I think somebody eventually said something. Like I don't know if it was Mike, but
I think I just started laughing too much and I couldn't
Right?
hold it.
I could see that happening.
no, but it was
Because
funny.
if you saw the look on Ray's face, it was like the lost puppy dog, like, oh.
Like,
What's my Mountain Dew?
like Code Red, man.
And I was just like, I almost fell off the seat, actually.
Oh gosh.
Barb said, "Oopsie." That's all right, Barb. It's not the first time that's happened on an investigation. Surely not the last time.
Right.
You know what stops that?
What's that?
Room temperature Pepsi.
Nah.
I had my coffee just almost like completely painted in my basement wall.
Nobody wants to drink this.
No, they don't, dude. That's disgusting.
No. What's all you, buddy?
So, since we're trying to figure things out here, and we're being open and honest, Mike, what the hell is with the warm Pepsi?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
All right.
The
We need to know.
theory.
It's paranormal. It really is paranormal.
Yeah, this is my theory, all right? So when I was growing up, my brother and I would drink all my mom's Pepsi in the refrigerator, right? So I think she thought she was going to get us and not put it in the refrigerator. Well, that didn't stop me. I thought it was actually delicious. I thought it was delicious, man. So I just kept doing it. And I'd never have. I'll even drink water room temperature.
You don't drink water cold? Like
No.
you drink water?
No.
Oh.
Room temperature.
I'm lazy.
Oh, John,
Hey, that's not. Hey.
stop calling him Mike. It's unnatural. Sorry, Heisenberg. It's Heisenberg.
Right.
Holly Miner,
See?
pop. You're not the only one.
Oh.
I will
No
drink
good minds
in a
think
pinch.
alike.
That's like the only thing I have.
No.
That's right,
No.
Brian. I barely ever go in the refrigerator, to be honest with you. Like, there's no reason for it. So Kate can hide whatever she wants in there. I'm not going to find it.
Please tell me you at least put your food in there.
He likes room temperature cheese.
I can only eat cheese if it's melted.
It's got that nice little skin around the end of it by there.
I can't eat just regular cheese. It's got to be melted. I won't eat unmelted cheese.
You're being serious.
Yes.
He's got some issues.
I'm learning.
Yeah, you're gonna learn a lot, Denise.
Yeah, I see.
You don't like condiments either, do you?
Only barbecue sauce.
So
Like, ketchup's disgusting. I don't even know why people even eat that shit. Mustard, that shit should be like rocketed off this planet forever.
Sir Lancelot said water starts out cold, but at the end of the night, he still drinks it warm. I will drink warm or like lukewarm water. I mean, if I'm thirsty enough, I'll drink what I need to drink. But
yeah,
I mean,
I don't refrigerate my propels. They're room temperature.
Sir Lancelot was just at the seminary last weekend.
I don't know what his Christian name is.
Me neither.
Sir Lancelot was just at the was at Madison last week, and apparently,
Yeah.
I would probably know them if I knew their Christian name.
Yeah. Bourbon.
I only read part of that, Eddie, and I was like, Eddie's last comment.
Drink this. Oh.
See what I mean? Paranormal food, it goes together.
Right.
It does.
Eddie, I'm German and can drink a piss for me. Nice.
Oh, his name is Lance. That makes sense.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. John, this is how you keep turning me on the show. Just keep talking about food. See? Just lure them in.
Like
food goes. Back to
back
food.
porch talk. That's all it is we either talk about experiences or food. That's it,
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I mean, I love the Mad Crew's just a big happy family. I love. There are nights where we go and we're supposed to be there ghost hunting, and I swear to God, we spend probably 80% of the time on the back porch just talking.
Right. We'll go in for like 15 minutes and then like come back out and sit for 2.5 hours. Go back in for 15 minutes.
They'll wait for us.
Check on the guests. Like
they're fine. They'll come get us if they need us.
Spiders. I don't eat spiders.
Lukewarm or cold? Depends.
Well, I like the sour crawly spiders, like the trolley ones. Those are pretty good.
You just probably like everything made by trolley, huh?
Pretty much.
Kathy Santori has an actual question.
What?
Thank you, Kathy. Get us. Let's see.
Did you lose it?
I tried to keep putting it up, and it's not letting me. Unless she's doing it. Denise is doing it.
I was trying to put it up too.
I got to relinquish the control.
You do.
And I like keep pushing on stuff. But I know you'll get to it.
Right, I'll get it.
Let her
Kathy,
do her job, man.
What are some crazy experiences you had during running tours?
Doing tours.
Doing tours.
The scariest one was probably when the Madhouse boys were there. And if any of them are watching, I'm still pissed at you. They were supposed to be following me on a tour to like learn the history. And they ditched me on the second floor. Okay, so it's just me and this couple. And we go up to the asylum, and for some reason I decided to go into the doctor's office, which I never do. And I'm telling them the story, and all of a sudden a book falls in the rec room. And the rec room is nothing but echoes. So it sounded like a gunshot or something. And I literally told the couple, I said, the tour's over, we're going downstairs. And they were both fine with it because they were scared too. But it was so loud. It scared the shit out of all of us.
Yeah. Now, I know you told me the other day you've been doing daytime tours.
Yeah.
Have you had any crazy experiences during daytime tours?
Not yet.
Yeah.
We've had experiences there during the day. You know, the Mad Crew, whenever we're just, you know, like if we're going just to work on something or move furniture or whatever, we'll have experiences during the day. But so far we haven't had anything too crazy. One of our guests saw a woman staring out the window in the asylum on this past one that I just did. I think it was Thursday. She's like, she gets out of her truck and she immediately goes, well, this is going to be fun. And I said, why? What's going on? She's like, there's a woman up there in that window with dark hair and a white dress on, and she's just staring at me. I'm like, okay, well, let's get started.
Was this like woman a psychic or something, or just
she's a little bit sensitive, but she said normally she can't see things. She'll just like hear or like feel things.
Yeah.
But she saw that woman clear as day.
That is an activity that or experience that I've heard many people say they've witnessed.
Yeah.
So I would be interested to see who that would be up there standing. But I was there filming with another team when I was with Live Paranormal, and he got some B-roll, and I swear to God, it looks like a woman staring out that window. Same.
Really?
On the asylum floor, yeah. It was weird though because I mean, it was a sunny day, so like the sun comes through the trees, and like you get that pareidolia effect where you kind of like see stuff that's not there.
Right.
But when he really panned in on it and he cleared it up a little bit, because he's got that kind of like technology, it looked like a woman just standing there staring out the window, and I'm like, I can't explain this away very easy. The zoom away shot, it looked just like, okay, maybe I see a face, but maybe it could be just like reflections of leaves on the window. I don't know. When he like really panned in on it though, I don't know.
Which is crazy because normally it's the opposite. You know, you'll think you see something, but then you zoom in on it and you're like, oh no, that's definitely nothing. Right. But
that's
have it go the other way.
Yeah, that's another thing that I was like scratching my head about. I'm like, like you said, usually you get closer and you get the blown up shot,
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay, that's
It's
just
not there.
reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just
Looks
weird.
like John's got a topic.
Have you ever investigated during a thunderstorm? I never have, but it's something I want to happen so bad. Actually,
I
one of
think
the
we have at Madison, actually,
Yeah.
right? I think we were.
yeah, and it was hard too. I mean, the air was definitely amplified. Like you have the, I mean, it
Yeah.
was the wind was crazy, the lightning was nuts. It was just really hard because I think it was before Adam had the place.
Yeah.
So like the
it was.
shed door, the garage door wasn't latched correctly.
Oh.
So we started hearing this bang, and we're like,
Oh my gosh.
so we're like running around trying to figure out where it's coming from, thinking it's supernatural. And somebody
Right.
happened to look outside and like, oh no, it's the door. And then the doors up in the asylum that led out to the fire escape.
Yeah,
those
the wind would blow through those.
Yeah.
the wind would blow those and just like slam them shut constantly.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, at Madison it was probably the worst storm that I've investigated during.
Yeah.
And activity, I wouldn't say it was amp, but the feeling was just nuts.
Yeah.
But then again, who knows? You're like in an old creepy building in the dark with like a store, like a huge storm passing through.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's just like it's good, like you're in the middle of a horror movie. So
we actually had a couple different public hunts that ended up being during thunderstorms, and it definitely charges the air, and you can feel the energy more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's so much noise and stuff. Like if there was footsteps in the hallway, you wouldn't be able to hear it. So so it's good and bad. But there was one public hunt where Adam was walking with a bunch of guests, and they were walking by the suicide bathroom, and the lightning was so bad that it would light up the whole floor. You could see everything. It was like the middle of the day. And so the lightning lights up the floor, and all of a sudden Adam and the guests all see somebody peeking, like a shadow peeking around the corner looking at them. And it was almost as if it was like, oh shit, they could see me now. And it ducked away real quick because it's normally hiding in the shadows, but when the whole floor lights up, it was visible, and it realized that like, oh my God, they can all see me, and it ducked away. And Adam wasn't going to say anything because he doesn't want people to think he's like lying about stuff and like hyping things up, So he didn't say anything. And then a couple of the guests were like, oh my God. And he's like, oh, you saw it too. Thank God.
That's crazy. How, I mean, have you seen a lot of like full bodied, like full figured spirits at Madison?
Yeah. I think I don't see them like as clearly as other people. Like I can't be like, oh, that's a woman in her 60s and she's wearing a blue dress. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I can't see anything like that, but I can definitely see shadows and see them, how tall they are, whatever. I can kind of get a feeling if it's a male or a female sometimes, but I have seen a woman on the fire escape, weirdly, in the back of the asylum too, not like the big ones in the front. I've seen a woman up there probably at least 5 or 6 times, and she's very clear, it's a woman in a dress. I could tell.
Yeah.
Those are my ladies.
I'm surprised for as many times as you've been there's any old ladies left.
Right.
Well, I send them back, after a while. I'm like, all right, you guys got to go back. Kate's getting a little upset.
Kathy said you will see them.
You will see them.
Yeah.
I have no doubt. I trust Kathy. She keeps telling me I'm a lot stronger than I think I am, though. So I don't know. But I believe her. Maybe someday.
Someday.
Yeah, Kathy was amazing. She gave me some because I had a crazy experience last weekend at Madison. She helped me get through. She gave me some exercises to do to help me just like relieve some of the darkness that I took home with me. But so like last weekend was weird because for most of the night it was really quiet. I mean, I don't know. We were getting some hits on like the spirit box. We had some interactions with like doing the flashlight, the maglite stuff, and the grandpa box was responding every once in a while. The EDI was responding every once in a while, but it wasn't it wasn't as crazy as I've seen it. Like what I like when I think of Madison, a night at Madison, what it is,
Right.
which I tell everybody is odd in and of itself. And you like know something's going on. It was just weird. But everybody was, getting a little bit of something. Everybody was having a good time. It's kind of like the same night when a lot of the riots broke out. So a lot of people were worried about, their home cities. I know Chad Cornell and his group from EVPS were out there in Erie was not doing well that night. So they were keeping an eye on that. So the energy was just off. There was a lot of negativity, just not because of Madison or the people there, but just the world at large.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, just kind of crushing down on everybody. But no, nothing going on. Then we made one last trip into the Civil War side, and we went up. And as usual, I get up and I'm huffing and puffing. For whatever reason, I can go up the whole cottage side and get all the way to the asylum, and I'm out of breath, obviously, and I'm hurting. But for whatever reason, like half the length in the Civil War side, by the time I get up to the top floor, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. You guys,
that's everybody.
Yeah. It's like something like it just gets really heavy really quick as you're going up those steps. So it's like immediately I sat down. I'm like, I gotta sit in a chair. I went in the room with the table and the tea set. I call it the tea set room because what do you guys call that room?
I don't know. It just depends.
The table room.
The table room.
The tea room. Yeah. So there's a room. There's a little tea set on this like kitchen like dining room table. And I sit down. I was in there by myself originally, and then Greg, one of the volunteers, and Denise came in. And there was light coming from outside. Like I could see everybody at first. And I just started feeling like this like heavy, like just energy like on top of me. And all of a sudden, like I see a little bit of light coming from inside, but like Denise was like literally right next to me.
Yeah.
Greg was on the other side of her. And I couldn't see them. Like I could not see you guys at all. Like
and from our perspective, you could see in the room, but you could also see that there was like two shadow figures in the room. But they were not anywhere close to us. It was like, in the corner away and then on the other side of the table. Not a big deal. So I look in the room across the hall and it's getting super dark over there. And I clearly see somebody peek around the corner of the door and look in at me. And so naturally, because I'm scared of everything, I went like this and I looked away. And when I turned, that made my head turn towards Goose, and I looked at him, and it looked like he had a dome of darkness around him. Like we could see the rest of the room, but he couldn't see anything because he was just surrounded by darkness.
Yeah.
Like I describe it as, it looked like the glass that goes over the rose in Beauty and the Beast, but it was a glass of darkness over Goose, and that was it. The rest of the room was light.
Yeah, and it was like I was confused. Like I heard you guys ask me if I was okay, and it was not computing. Like I was thinking like no, I'm not, but I was having a hard time saying the word.
Yeah, because you didn't answer the first couple times we asked you.
Yeah, like I hear you, but I'm like I can't even talk. I can't think of the word, and the word was no.
Yeah, it's not hard.
No,
but it
and I'm like,
come out.
And I was like dazed, super confused. I finally did get it out, and like just like that, I kind of like snapped out. I'm like, I feel like shit. I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And I was like, I almost fell down the steps going down because I was like so lightheaded, and I did not. It was crazy.
I thought you were gonna throw up a couple times there too.
Yeah, well, I started getting this like something in the back of my throat. Like you get that like that squirty feeling in the back of your throat, where like it's either going to come up or you're going to swallow it, and you don't want really either thing to happen. But I go out and I grabbed a tree, and I just stood there and I coughed up something. I don't know. It was
crazy.
It was weird.
That shit barely happens to him when I'm there because he knows I'm gonna slap the shit out of him if I get a chance. I am waiting for it. Like we were upstairs at one time. In the asylum, and you had that feeling. I had my hand back. I was like, "Oh, this is going to be great."
It's
like,
your time.
I was like, "It's time." And then I was like, then I saw that he was actually kind of stumbling. So, the good person I am, I was like, "Kate, you need to take him downstairs."
Kate, handle it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay up here. Kate, you take him downstairs.
And this is like
I don't know. Just be careful.
This is like minutes his wife actually said, like from her mouth, like Ray's face changed, like while he was like when whatever space he was like.
And I had my hand back. I was like, but he stumbled into me, so it caught me off guard.
I didn't hit you, like it fell into you. It wasn't.
Yeah, that's why I said you stumbled into me. But I was waiting. I thought this was going to be it. I'm going to finally get to kick his ass for real and not really have to worry about the consequences. Because I could.
He won't remember. He won't even remember.
Yep, he wouldn't even remember it. And then I get to brag the whole time that I kicked his ass in Madison.
See, Mama Roof Andrea said started in the basement, made it to the room, and had to leave, grounded for about an hour. Yeah, it was like a weird, like last minute thing. I mean, my guard was down because, like I said, it had been a little bit quiet. I mean, quieter than we're used to at Madison.
That's true too.
And yeah, it just, like even after that, I'm like, was I just like soaking up some negative energy from like what was going on in the world at large, or was that because I was in that headspace? Did that attract something dark in the Civil War side to like entrap me? It's like trying to figure it out is like a whole another trick.
Yeah, you definitely have to be on your A game when you're at Madison for sure. Yeah. And if you're, if things are bothering you at home or with the world, obviously the world's crazy right now. But, if you're in any kind of altered state of mind, it's like a target on your back there. I swear to God.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, there's if you leave even an inch of that window open.
Yep. They see it, they're going to take it. Yep.
Yeah.
They don't bother me because they're like, I don't want to deal with this dumbass.
Well, you're Mr. like positivity all the time anyways, like we always talk about. I'm like, I'm the one who's always worried and impatient and like freaking out about stuff. And he's like, it's got to work out, right?
In like, hey, ladies.
Yeah, ladies.
How you doing?
Oh my God.
Different styles, yeah.
Yeah, we all have different. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm usually quiet. Like I'm not one to ask a whole lot of questions.
Yeah.
And it's like that's like the hardest part for me. Like when I'm leading a group tour, or like a public ghost hunt, is like it puts me out of my comfort zone because I normally don't sit there and ask questions out loud. No. And like try to get stuff going because when it's just our team, we're very observational, I guess is the word.
Yeah.
We put out the equipment. If something starts going off, then we'll start asking questions and see if we can get interaction.
Or if we have that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we have the feeling, but like, I don't know, maybe it's like feeling like I'm on the stage and I get a little stage fright or something. But, for me, it's like.
I do. Like when you're doing those public tours, like you feel like, I'm always like, so do you guys got any questions?
Right. And they're always so quiet. Nobody ever has any questions.
I'm like, damn it.
Yeah. It's like I run out of questions. And like, I know when we're investigating, there's always those questions you don't want to ask. Like, why would you ask anybody that? Like,
do you know you're dead?
Yeah. Did you die here? Like, if they're ghosts, they might not know they died at all.
Exactly. So I always try to say, like, do you work here? Not like, did you work here when you were alive?
Yeah.
I try to say, like, do you work here? Do you live here?
Could you imagine, like, the ghosts are like, holy shit, I am dead.
Right? Right. Yeah.
I wonder if I could walk through walls.
Right.
I always feel weird, like, doing the public hunts, too, because I feel like sometimes I get a little distracted, because I'm so invested in the building. Like, we'll go into a room and I'm like, so what'd you guys use this room for? Is this where you stored food? Like, I want to know, like, about the building. And I feel like people come in and they're like, why is she asking this? Like, look, because I want to know. Do you guys like what we did with the kitchen? Those are the kinds of questions we ask.
Yeah.
We need to put some curtains up.
Right? I was thinking about blue. What do you guys think? Or should we get purple? The guests are like, oh my God, get out of here.
They're gonna be like, holy shit, who is this person? We wanted a paranormal investigation on an interior design class.
Right? You never know. Michelle had a bunch of problems at Inspiration House with the curtains. You never know. You got to ask.
Yeah. Right. Just rip them down. We don't like these curtains.
Right?
Get them out of here. It's
like the
Target.
time we spent, I think we spent like 3 hours. A bunch of us went up and cleaned out the kitchen just randomly, like on a Thursday morning. And, you know, we're investigating in there and they say, what do you think about the kitchen? You know, we cleaned it out and it comes across the Phasma box, unnecessary. We're like, all right, ungrateful.
They're like, if you're not gonna cook shit in here, we don't care.
Right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Looks like Andrew and Eddie were talking about how the energy seemed kind of weird.
Yeah.
And I was definitely in a funk for a couple days, like after Saturday. Like I did the exercises that Kathy gave me, and that helped a lot. Yeah. But you know, and I think at that point it's probably just everything that you're seeing in social media,
right,
in the world and the news. Like it's just everywhere. You can't get away from it.
It's so hard, and it's so hard. Like, you know, you want to know what's going on. You need to know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, like it's too much for me. You know, I gotta take a break. I can't watch the news all the time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Yeah. And I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's going to, but it'll eventually work itself out. But it's gonna be worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
Yep. There's the Mike term. It's all gonna work out. It's got to, right?
It will. Everything will be okay in the end, but it's gonna be a rough ride.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
but like on the public tours, like you feel like you're kind of performing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like,
yeah, I mean, I just know how like my style of investigation, and it's not usually trying to speak unless I know I'm being spoken to. And it's weird to say that, but you know, but I know like people paid to be there and they want to like, there's always the couple people that are in groups themselves and then they just want like, okay, let's get this group thing over with so we can go on the free roam.
Yeah.
But you know, you got people there that are legitimately first time and they want to know how to do it.
Right.
And
I think it works out good for me because I've never been on a team or anything. And so my style of investigating basically was designed for public hunts because that's what you know what I mean? So I don't know. That comes naturally to me because that's really all I do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I'm great. Like if like somebody says like, come in and this group is going to sit here and you could talk to them about ghost hunting.
Right.
Like, okay, I could do that. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
I'm not great at it either, but I'm more comfortable doing that than like feeling like I'm trying to get somebody who's passed away to perform so other people are happy and they feel like they've spent their money well.
Right. Yeah. Because I always worry about that too. You know, I want people to have a really good time when they're there and I want them to see, you know, what the building is capable and, you know, so it's a lot of pressure sometimes, but.
So what I do to alleviate that is I introduce myself as Adam Kimmel and I don't have anything to really worry about.
Genius. Genius.
I'm Adam Kimmel. I own the building. Let's go.
Right. Yep.
Let's see. Holly said she was so drained between the news and returning to work this week. When she got home today, she just laid on the couch and watched cartoons with the kids. That sounds beautiful.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to do that, Holly.
Yeah. I mean, my kids are finally off school this week. Their last technical day was Monday.
Wow.
And I'm looking at going back to the office next Monday myself, and I'm like already like having anxiety over that. Just part of it because I don't want to go back to work. I've been enjoying working at home for the most part. I got used to it after like the first couple of weeks and like dealing with the kids and their stuff and like trying to do my work at the same time.
Yeah.
But especially now since they're not doing anything and they just can do their own thing, Well, at work, it's been kind of nice, but I've been having anxiety about that. And after work today, I'm like, let's turn on Disney Plus. We're watching Cars or something
Yep.
Pixar.
Yeah.
We just sat, chilled, and watched, and it was nice. Like all of us were just sitting there watching the cartoons,
Yeah.
and it felt good. It felt like normal for
Yeah.
a few minutes.
Every once in a while, I'll have like, I'll have my to-do list with a bunch of things to do on it. And
Yeah.
the kids are like, "Can you play a game with me?" And I'm like, "No, I got to do this stuff." And then I'm like, "No, you know what? I don't. Let's play a game.
Yeah.
Screw it."
Yeah.
Like, you just got to calm down and relax every once in a while.
Yeah. And we're
I've
looking.
had to go to work every day, so
Yeah. Well, you said you've been pretty much at the office by yourself for the most part, haven't you?
I mean, well, there's been a couple people in there, but they're starting to fill back in now.
Yeah.
We gotta wear our mask when we're not in our like regular office.
Right.
Like, so whenever you walk the halls, you have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's gonna get for me to get used to is all the people coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
Because basically it was me and like the person that sits up front that were there every day.
Right.
And then like the directors would come in one day a week. They'd switch each day. But then I was there every day. I think I only missed one day.
I mean, I think it would be kind of crazy for companies not to take advantage of people working from home.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can, why not? And then you could have a smaller office or not an office at all, save all that overhead cost. Like,
Sure.
if people are productive and they do well working from home, then maybe they should start letting people work from home.
Yeah.
See, I can't work from home. I need to be like in a cage. Because I got ADHD. I'm like, if I'm here, I'm not working unless I stay out here in the garage the whole day.
Yeah, which is not a bad idea.
I walk in the house, I'm watching cartoons.
Yeah.
I mean, Teen Titans Go are in like the afternoon, and like American Dad, like I got it all set. I know the whole schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had that issue. Like the first couple of weeks I was working at home, I was getting distracted by that stuff, but for the most part, the girls were just working on their schoolwork because they were doing school at home. And, that was like a different challenge because I'm trying to do my work and, make sure they're doing theirs and helping them when they need it. But I'm not looking forward to going back to work. I'm not looking forward to going back and feeling worried about everybody that walks in the office and all the truck drivers and where they've been. And I'm not looking forward to wearing, I'm not looking forward to wearing a mask all day.
I don't know how people do it. That's
you know what? You kind of get used to it. I tried to eat a Kit Kat through my mask the other day
because you didn't know.
I seriously did. Like I went and I was like, "Well, this isn't gonna work." You do. You kind of get used to it a bit. Like it does. It does. It's weird, and it's still weird if I have to wear it for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Right.
But otherwise, like I said, I just I'll sit at my desk sometimes and forget to take it off.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh man, I can barely wear it in the store. I put it on and I'm like,
right.
I feel like I'm claustrophobic.
I feel like I'm breathing in a paper bag because I can feel the mask sucking into my mouth and going all the way out. Like I have to calm myself down because I realize that I'm breathing so heavy. I think I'm I don't know if it's claustrophobic or something, but it's too much. I can't even handle it just at the store. Ugh.
I did have a hard time when I first started wearing it more often, but like I said, I'm in the office every day, so I wear one basically every day for bits and parts of the day.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm very claustrophobic, and it bothered me for the first week.
Oh.
Because I feel the same way. Now I sit there. This is how bad I see if I can get my breath to go through the mask. Like I sit there and go play games. I want to see how strong it really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in my office when I do it. I'm not around people doing it, but I'm actually sitting in my office going.
You should do it in front of people. See what happens.
I've seen the look of panic in their eyes.
Kathy Santori said the show's like sitting on the back porch at Madison.
It is. I love it.
Yeah, and that's kind of the vibe I was going for tonight, just because I think we all kind of need it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, obviously it's a paranormal show, and we're talking about the paranormal as well. But I don't know. I was like looking for a guest, and I'm like, why? I mean, let's there's too much going on. Just like, let's have fun.
Yeah.
You know, if we only have 5 people watching, I know it'll be 5 people that we love, and
Right.
you know, everybody that's talking in the chat room right now are all part of the Mad Crew or friends of the Mad Crew, or
Yeah.
it's nice seeing everybody. So yeah, it feels good, Kathy. I'm glad.
Good night, Barb.
Have a good night, Barb.
Yeah,
And
it
Tony
honestly.
Tony said he's not allowed to watch cartoons. Sorry, Tony.
That's no fun.
You're missing out. That's basically all I watch is cartoons.
I watch a lot of documentaries too, like
Well, I
not
do
the
that too.
paranormal ones, like the nerdy ones.
No, I've watched so many stuff. I'm like, I could probably do very well in a World War II like trivia contest.
Yeah. You know what I've been watching is it's the foods that made America or something.
Oh, I got that recorded.
Yes,
Oh my God,
yes.
it's so good. It's
Is
so
it?
good.
I recorded it because I saw that.
Yeah. Colonel
it's
Sanders killed his competition. That's how he got so big. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What?
It's crazy. It's
We'll
intense.
get there. Spoiler alert. But it's cool. It's just cool. You know, you see these brands all the time, and it's just something that you take for granted, and you never really think about how they got started.
Yeah.
And so to see these things that these people were up against, and you know, just the way people lived back then, it's amazing. You should definitely watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes. I think I saw the Hershey's one.
Yeah.
The one about Hershey and like how all he went through just to get the chocolate bar the way he wanted it.
He built his entire factory and the entire town of Hershey, PA, and didn't even have a product yet. Like
Right.
he just knew. He just knew it was going to be good, and he spent.
He had an
$1
idea.
million.
He had an idea.
Right? He knew it was going to be a good idea.
Yeah. Was it the cart before the horse? Is that the same?
Yeah. Yep. He definitely did. $2 million. That's like $50 million now, but.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard to mess up chocolate. It's not like Necco wafers that suck no matter what.
It's like eating a
mouth.
mouth.
Back. Back. I saw they're bringing those.
I
back.
I like the orange ones, but and the chocolate flavored Necco wafer. It's like, why would you even do that to somebody?
Yeah, that's not chocolate.
So it doesn't taste like chocolate.
Eddie's still talking about wanting to get the doll in Sarah's room to move on its own.
You know, it was scary. So
I would probably never go back in Sarah's room if that happened.
He's traumatized by
it. Let's see. Lance said that he went back in and tried to get the doll to move. And Holly said Rugrats and the Real Monsters.
Yeah.
Rugrats. Holy crap, that's like a flashback.
That's good times.
But you're talking about interesting documentaries. I know it's not paranormal, but since we're on the subject, we have Disney Plus, and like one of Disney Plus, like you can watch stuff on like the National Geographic.
Oh yeah,
a lot of stuff on there. And there's like a series. It's called If It Was Drained, and it takes like different they did a whole episode on the Great Lakes and like why certain part of the Great Lakes are interesting, like the Mackinac Bridge. So like they do this thing where they pull back the water. They pull all the water out of the Great Lakes.
That's cool.
And they actually show like what's underneath, and like they work their way over to like Niagara Falls, and they drained that lake, and it like showed you how it like basically formed and how it was built.
Right.
It was really cool stuff. But the most interesting one I've seen, because I have like this infatuation with anything about prison breaks or like prison documentaries.
Yeah.
And it's beyond just the paranormal factor, because we love going in old prisons and investigating. But the whole prison thing, like especially historical prisons, like the way they used to treat people, it's just so much to read about and like learn about. They did the what if Alcatraz was drained. And what they did was they're talking about different stories of people who had attempted to escape Alcatraz Island, and like different routes they took, and like they would disappear. So they drained San Francisco Bay, and like gave you like the physics and like the geography of why it was so hard for them to like make it like away.
That's
a bunch of currents there, and sharks.
Sharks. The San Francisco. Okay, buddy.
Damn it! All right, I'm gonna look it up.
I'm gonna Google it right now.
I love it. He gets so pissed off and he starts looking shit up.
Do it on speaker so we could hear.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh shit!
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting stuff, and
Yeah, I think that's what I like most about the show that we're watching is like, like Heinz ketchup was invented to cover up the taste of rotten meat because that's how people ate back then. They didn't have, preservation techniques or whatever.
Yeah.
So people were buying slimy like green meat from the butcher and eating it. And so he made something to mask the taste of it. Like that's what it was invented for. What'd you find?
Sharks.
I don't see anything.
Sharks.
I don't see anything.
You know he's going to send you a screenshot.
In 2015, a great white killed a California sea lion very close to the pier on Alcatraz Island.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, that
but mostly they're bottom dwellers and they're not harmful to humans, like the other sharks, like the leopard sharks and the sand sharks. But there's been like some sightings.
Okay.
Very
well,
cool.
then I'm wrong. Awesome.
You're not wrong, Ray. You're incorrect.
Okay. Politically incorrect. I mean,
you're welcome, chat. You've learned something tonight.
Right?
I don't think anybody's listening to us. They're just talking amongst themselves.
I know. I don't even think they're listening to us.
Yeah. They're just using it as chat.
And you guys ever watch any of the paranormal documentaries that are out? Besides, like, I mean, we got no.
If I have friends that are in them, I will watch them. But I generally try not to watch scary shows at home.
Yeah.
Because this is my safe place.
I just I'll watch them like some like the Destination Fear, but some of them are so the same that I don't watch them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a hard time watching the shows like Destination Fear. I'll watch.
Like some of the documentaries, like the ones Sleepless in Hamaka.
So what?
I don't know. I couldn't pronounce it. So you know what I did?
Sleepless in
Hamaka.
Hamaka. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, a lot of the shows are really
that was a good one.
Yeah. And it's like you said, it's the whole like friend factor too, like seeing your friends put something together and like be creative and like put it out there. I mean, you're really putting yourself out there when you do this. And they got some pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, that was good. And they did a couple cool experiments that I really liked in there too.
Yeah.
They did get a lot of good evidence. And they were only there for one night, right?
Yeah. Well, I think their investigation was only one night.
Yeah.
I think they did they went out there the night before and did some B-roll and some interviews and stuff. But
yeah, that was really cool.
Ray said there's a cool show on Disney Plus. I'm gonna go watch it. Sorry, I was talking to Kate. They drain the lakes and stuff. Just telling her about the national. We just got Disney Plus.
Oh, did you?
Like this week. So yeah, we did the whole Hulu with live and Disney Plus. So like I haven't really explored that much in there, but National Geographic apparently.
Yeah.
Tell Kate we said hello since she's there.
Hi.
Hi. But
I was telling them about the dump truck that was making the noise.
Oh yeah.
We thought it was the vibration, and then I kicked it, and it didn't make a sound.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one documentary. It's actually there's 2 seasons of this. It's called Hellier. It's by a guy. Well, everybody's heard of Greg and Dana Newkirk. They're pretty well known in the paranormal field. It starts off. What? Are you laughing at?
Heisenberg and I are like, no.
Kate doesn't know. Denise doesn't know.
Well, admittedly, I don't watch that kind of stuff. So that's
me neither. So that's why. Yeah. Kate watches the other shows though. She likes those paranormal things.
There you go. This is on Amazon Prime. It's called Hellier. It's it really just starts off. There's this weird email that they get about these weird things happening in Hellier. I think it's Kentucky. It's like little goblin-like creatures that these people are seeing, but then this guy is like getting deeper and deeper into all this conspiracy stuff, and Barb St. John, oh, there's crap. Thanks, Barb. But it was interesting if you're like into conspiracy theories and that, because it gets like really deep into this, like all kinds of other stuff.
Nice.
And I thought it was interesting. Barb apparently has a different opinion. We love Barb, so I'm sure Barb voice why you think it was crap. Maybe I'm not seeing what you're seeing, but I enjoyed it.
Right?
Yeah.
I thought it was
I'm gonna tell a
interesting.
story about Kate.
Oh, Lord.
So,
Uh-oh.
like, she'll watch these shows, right? And then she's like, I gotta take my laundry in the basement. Will you stand on the top of the stairs?
See, that's why I don't watch them at home.
I don't know why I do it to myself.
I know. Kate, I have to like watch the Beauty and the Beast afterwards or something, or like watch some Disney movie after, like to calm myself back down.
Yes.
I can't do it.
I watch
No.
these like videos on YouTube, like, you know, the top 5 like scariest, you know, stories or whatever, and then I have to watch like Real Housewives clip in order to like calm myself down.
Or just
Like, I
Google
saw
like
people
cute puppy
on
videos.
I got her once. She told me to stand on the top of the stairs, right? She knows I'm there. She
Right.
starts walking up the stairs, I go, boo. And she about fell backwards. And yeah, it was unfortunate. She was pregnant at the time.
Oh, nice. Jeez.
But she didn't fall. But like, she was like, why did you do that? I was like, you knew I was here.
You told me to stand here. Yeah.
That's funny. What is going on? I'm using my wife's computer just so everybody knows.
Okay.
And she is getting constant notifications about stuff that she shops for or whatever. And it keeps like covering all the comments. So I'm like trying to exit them out and like read what people are saying.
Well, there's Barb's thoughts on it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll put that up for you guys.
She does not kiss ass or mince words. I'll tell you that for a fact.
That's why we love her.
Yeah.
Which is why we love
So
her.
muddling of information. I could go into a whole diatribe about it, but for people who have never done a lot of reading or research, they think the greatest thing ever. Well,
Oh, I think she just called you stupid.
I think she said
I
you
don't think Barb
read
would call
and you're really
stupid.
Right? She did.
well, I need to read up then, Barb. I need to do more research.
I like that answer. I like that. I like that a lot.
People just have different opinions, you know? I mean, it's fine.
No, yeah, and that Barb is our close friend, and we love her to
Yeah.
death, and we work with her a lot, and we miss her to death. We love you, Barb, but she's definitely not one to like. We've had her on the show. She's not one to. She's not afraid to voice her opinion, and
Right.
her opinions make sense. So,
Yeah.
but you know, a lot of the information they were presenting on the documentary was new to me, so I found it interesting at the time.
Just won't admit it anymore.
No, but there's a lot of interesting like underground stuff, and you know, people like the Dead Republic guys are putting out good stuff. The Madtown guys just announced that they're no longer going to be doing any.
I mean, they have a lot of stuff. They have a lot of stuff on their own, so we'll still be able to see them. But you know, they're not going to have that aspect anymore with all 4 of them together, which is sad.
Yeah, because I know Alex Bob is going through some health issues. He just posted today, so we're sending him love and healing, and hopefully he gets back to it quick.
Yeah.
Steve Brote is working on a building that he purchased and is trying to save.
Yeah, I think somebody else purchased it. He's just like on the, you know, he's the.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
On the board of trustees.
Yeah.
Right.
He's close to the building, and so he's kind of.
I gotcha. That makes sense.
Doing stuff there.
Well, he's doing a lot of work over there. I know he's busy with that. Everybody's got JP Doyle's got his, and they live really far apart from each other. I mean, one's down in Texas, one's in Louisiana, one's all the way up in like upstate New York. So it's like it's expensive for them to travel and get together. And
Right.
I mean, travel and lodging alone, I can imagine what they're looking at for expenses to just put one of these together.
Yeah, because they're not sleeping in that mini. I'll tell you that.
No. Holly said she's been banned from watching Tales of the Crypt to fall asleep because the crypt keeper's creepy laugh startled her husband awake out of sleep, and he couldn't fall back asleep again afterwards. That's funny.
There'd be a similar band in my house. I'll tell you that right now.
My wife is the same way. She will watch horror movies and she likes horror movies, but she's always got to watch something like after that's like chill or happy. Like her go-to, and it's funny, she'll turn on Golden Girls.
Nice, I love it. Perfect. That's a good choice.
Thank you for being a friend, girls.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a friend.
I don't care if I've seen the episode 6 times. I'll watch it again. That's a good one.
But she'll I don't understand how you can watch The Exorcist and just go right to bed.
Right?
I'm like, because I don't know. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, because
it bothers me while I'm watching.
Real. It's a movie. It's not real. I'm like, I don't care. Tell my brain that.
Yeah. Like The Conjuring, we watched that about a couple months ago because it was on Netflix, and we watched it, and I'm like, all right, it's time for bed. She's like, nope. I'm turning some Golden Girls on, and she sat there and watched like an hour's worth of episodes.
Yeah.
Well, Ray, you know how I feel about scary movies because we went and investigated that movie theater, and I was like, I'm just gonna wait out here until the movie's done.
There was an older cinema down in the Columbus area that our Columbus group was investigating. They were having like a public ghost hunt event. Yeah, where they had the whole theater themselves, and they were screening. I can't remember which Paranormal Activity it was, but it was like it did just come out. So like part of the deal was you got to watch the movie, you got a free popcorn and a free soda. Got to watch the movie, and then there was a public ghost hunt afterwards. So we go, and I'm like, cool, we're gonna go see this movie, and like Mike's like, I'll just sit out here.
I would too. I'd be right there with you.
I'm like, you're gonna sit out here for an hour and a half. It's like, I don't watch horror movies, and that was the first time I knew that about him. I didn't know he didn't like the horror movies, so I sat out there with him.
Yeah, he did.
We we ended up investigating a couple of the theaters as they were watching the movie, so it's kind of nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so for some reason, like actually ghost hunting doesn't bother me so much. I mean, I'm scared all the time, but like I can go home from a night of investigating and go right to sleep, no problem. But like to watch it on my TV is too much for me. Like I don't know why. I have to calm down after that. I can't do it.
Yeah, when I first started going out with Kate, she wanted to go to a movie, and it was one of the, I think it was Paranormal Activity 3, maybe.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, I don't really do that. She goes, come on. So I went. So I had my hooded sweatshirt on. I had pulled it all the way over, and I watched the movie like this. She was like, "You're really scared of these?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah. I think I would have
I was like watching it like this.
Like I was sleeping. Yeah. Nope.
The horror movies don't bother me. I don't like extreme gore. I'm not like a big fan of like real gory horror movies.
Yeah, I could watch that all day long. Like the Saw movies, I have no problem with those. That's
really?
Fine. Yeah, it's weird. But if I can't watch a show about a ghost, if it's anything that's like even remotely possible, then it messes with my brain because I'm like, oh, that could happen. That could happen for real. So I can't. I gotta calm down after that.
Yeah, well, like most of my favorite like horror movies are like that. They're like The Exorcist, The Conjuring, stuff like that. That like, as far as investigators, you know, that's like stuff that we hear about all the time and we read about, and it's like it could really happen. Like extreme cases, obviously, but the stuff that we feel like could really happen. But like, I also like Silence of the Lambs, that type of like thriller, like serial killer. Well, you don't like really see the gore. Yeah, that much. It's not like a chop fest, but it's. My wife's like, she'll watch it. She loves them, but she's like, no, like she's got to watch something.
Yeah. And
I
then
turn the channels for the scary movie commercials.
I do that too.
Oh my god.
Kate will be like, "Here comes one," and I'll go,
Right. And I get so angry because they play it at every commercial break. Like, stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's commercials. I love streaming, okay, and I love Hulu. I'm a big Hulu fan because we have Hulu Live, but you get commercials just like normal TV with
Yeah.
Hulu Live. Not as many, but the problem with that is they play the same freaking
Right?
ones
Oh my
every
God, it's
break.
so annoying. We were
Yeah, and it's like,
watching, I forget what it's like Fort something. I don't know. It's a show about witches. Anyways, I'm like, I swear to God, they're playing more commercials than they are actual content. So I started timing it. It was like between 4 and 6 minutes, they would have another set of commercials. Like every 4 to 6 minutes, they were having commercials. I'm like, this is worse than cable.
"Yeah,
right, yeah.
It was bad.
Pet Cemetery." I actually saw Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, Eddie said something about Pet Cemetery. Yeah,
It was the
You're right.
grandma that took me out of it, man. That old lady up there.
Yeah.
But you
Nope.
love old ladies.
I know, but not when they come after me like that. We're like, boundaries, ladies, boundaries.
I tried to watch, I thought I was going to be brave. I don't know why. I tried to watch Arachnophobia once when I was like a teenager, and I turned it on, and the first thing that was on was like a spider coming out of somebody's mouth and crawling around their face. And I was like,
Yeah.
nope. I literally watched 2 seconds of that movie, and that was it. I couldn't do it anymore. Done.
Yeah, that was a rough scene.
Yeah.
I tried watching that when I was much younger. I couldn't do it.
No.
Oh,
I have
the
like
ants.
You know what people tell you all the time? Oh, you got to face your fears, you know? So I'm like,
No,
okay,
no.
Denise, be brave. Just turn it on. We can do this, you know, turn it on. That happens. Nope, I'm out.
Yeah.
You don't have to face your fears. Don't let people
No.
tell you what to do.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm doing perfectly fine without facing my fears.
Notice
Yeah.
I didn't run into the building when they were talking about the bat flying around Madison Cemetery
Right?
this weekend. I'm like,
I
don't.
had, nope. Eddie
You guys-
points, here's the net.
Bats are fine. It's those trash bandits you got to watch out for. The raccoons, man, they'll kill you. They don't even think twice about it.
They're pretty ruthless.
Yeah, they
Get
are
the
pretty
ones with a
nasty.
bang.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have
Ron,
all kinds of shit there too.
yeah, Ron said Hellraiser. That's a weird one. I have a hard time just that's on a different level. That movie is like it's confusing to me. I had to watch it a few times just to understand the whole plot of the movie. But it's a good one. It's pretty interesting. Kathy
Is
asked
that
how
the
many
one with
bats.
the guy's got the pins all over his face?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many bats were there?
One.
I think there was just one this time, but the night before, we weren't at that one. But April and Shelly said there was like 6 at least. Well, I don't know. Shelly said 1,000,001, so I don't know. But it's somewhere between 4 and 10 were in the building at one time.
Oh my god.
So we went early the next day to hopefully find them, you know, or
Yeah.
at least like close a window or however they were getting in. But we didn't see
Yeah.
anything, and we only found one that night.
Yeah, he said there was one.
Yeah. I don't even think we ever got it either. I think it just we just gave
He's
up
just
on
chilling.
it.
So now that you're like an experienced ghost hunter, Denise,
I'm far from it.
you're professional and everything now, right?
Yeah.
I'll print you off a certificate from
I
publisher.
have a degree.
There it is. I knew that was coming.
That's where I got mine.
Nice.
Yeah. Paint shop or something, right?
Yeah.
You
Made it
make
real
yours like
fancy.
Like the old dot matrix banner printers.
Yep.
Oh man.
Certified ghost hunter.
But now that you're used to it, let's just put it that way. Now because you work with Madison and you've had so many experiences yourself, is that something you'd be interested in trying? Like, would you do that actively at other locations?
I for sure want to. I don't know if it's it's just from being stuck in the house from COVID or me getting brave or what, but I definitely want to try to go to different locations this year.
I'm gonna say it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, yeah, and it made the perfect storm, and now I'm like on a mission to go other places. I've already been to Fairfield twice, and Shelly and I were supposed to go to Trans Allegheny in May, but of course it got canceled, and I was so upset.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this year is gonna be try to go other places.
Yeah.
The year of the ice.
Yeah.
It is. I'm ready. I'm ready.
D-Unit going on a hunt.
That's right. Oh my God, Eddie.
Is there like one place that sticks out, like a bucket list place that you would think of? Like,
it's my newsfeed is always filled with all these amazing locations. I think my bucket list is up to like 50 now. Seriously, that's the bad part about being friends with so many people who are investigators, is you have envy all the time because people are posting these amazing pictures and videos, and I watch their live feeds and try to live vicariously through them, and I couldn't even begin my bucket list.
Someday we'll figure out the live feed. Someday. It just doesn't like us. It doesn't like us.
Well, okay. Hinsdale House was not a great place to try that out for the first time.
No, that wasn't.
That's literally out in the boot. I mean, you don't get cell service from any.
No, my GPS didn't know where we were, so I started driving down the road a little bit.
Yeah, so like once you get out there,
dark and foggy.
That's scary.
Oh yeah, getting out of there was horrendous. Because you're literally like driving around like a side of a mountain. I mean, it's basically like, and you're on this back dirt country roads, and you're like going through all these like turns, and it's like getting there was hard enough. Like when it was sunny out, like with lights, and you could see street signs.
Oh my God!
Like getting out of there, like there was such a dense fog that had rolled in. My only saving grace was trying to follow you, and you lost me before you got completely out of that area into the town.
I didn't know where the fuck I was either.
I'm like, I get stuck somewhere and I have to turn around, I'm screwed. Because then I can't see if I'm backing off the side of a cliff or what, or what was going on.
Yeah, that's scary.
But
yeah, my Google Maps didn't pick up until I kind of got around. Like, luckily I knew where to turn the first turn. And I knew that I had a little bit to go, and then finally it clicked in a little bit down the road.
That's crazy. You're in the middle of nowhere when your Google doesn't even work.
Yeah, yeah, it was bad. Eddie said you need to check out Ohio State Reformatory down in Mansfield.
I've never been there either.
Yeah, you should go.
Yep. Yeah. Me and D-Nice.
Right? Not just the two of us, because that's way too small of a group for me. I'd be too scared.
I'd be fine.
No,
I won't leave you anywhere.
Adding it. You might.
Not on purpose. I'd probably get lost myself.
Right? Apparently you could do like the self-guided tours there, and it's super cheap. And then once you go in there, it's like they don't keep track of how long you've been in there or anything. So even if I could just do that, it would be fun, but I'd love to do an actual hunt there.
Yeah. Our friends at Tri-City Ghost Hunters, they pretty much run all the ghost hunting activities down there now. So
it was fun because Shelly and I actually met them. They came up to Madison to do a private. And so we were like, comparing notes about what it's like to run ghost hunts, and it was fun.
Yeah.
They're really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a great group.
Is that Greg that does that?
Yeah. Faketic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, that's one of the places I'd like to go.
Yeah. I say we book a trip for the Mad Crew. Let's all go down there.
To get Dark Alley and the Mad Crew together, we should be able to afford it.
That'll mess everything up.
What's that?
Nobody will talk to us. They're like, holy shit, who are these crazy ass motherfuckers coming in here?
Oh, there goes the neighborhood as we walk into a prison.
They're going to be like, we're going to go back to our cells. We don't want to deal with these guys.
Apparently, Mr. Kimmel's in the house somewhere because Ron just said hello to him.
Uh-oh.
Hey, what's going on, Kimmel?
Hey, Kim, what's going on?
Yeah, my name's Daddy Kimmel. We actually have it.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Oh my gosh.
Hi, guys.
There it is.
Hi, my name's Mr. Adam Kimmel.
I'm cool.
Oh no.
I'm so cool.
I'm
My
so
ear's
cute.
falling off. Shit.
We still have one of
Yeah,
those
you
in
can
the
tell-
lobby, and it scared the shit out of me yesterday or Thursday. Oh my gosh.
Well, don't
That's
tell him
funny.
that. Don't give him a complex.
I know. No, he'll start putting them all around the building in different
Well,
places.
that's the other reason you don't say it
Yeah.
either.
Yeah. You can't tell Kimmel when things scare you.
We're on the subject, Mike. What place would you, besides OSR, would you like want to go to as a group? Like if money wasn't an option, or wasn't or not an option, is that right?
Object.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
money,
gonna say? I'm gonna
If
say
money didn't
Alcatraz,
matter,
man. If money's not the option, I'm saying Alcatraz.
I'm in. That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm. That would be pretty cool.
Oh,
And then we can
Holly.
test out the shark theory and escape. So what I'll do is I'll build you a little raft, Ray. And, we'll do some research. We'll do some research. We'll see where the tide's coming in. We'll see where the currents are, and then I'm going to set you adrift.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll stay on the island to make sure that everybody's safe here. There,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
and then I'll be on the other side if you eventually make it through.
Oh my god. Yeah, sounds like fun.
Yep.
Holly
That'd
did
be
say
cool,
if Illinois ever opens up, she's supposed to go investigate Ashmore Estates. I've heard some pretty cool things about that location. I'd like to check it out. But yeah, I'm going back to Denise. I mean, it's like there's so many places like I want to go to still. Like, and I see like that's one thing. Like seeing people put that we know documentaries out about places that they're going to, and they're not like places that are far away. Like really, I mean, Salamanca is not. I mean, it's like 3 or 4 hours away. It's not that bad.
What?
We've driven farther.
Are you sure it's only that far away?
Look it up. Go ahead and Google it. You're going to do it anyways.
No, it's
I don't know how to spell it.
It's hard because like for me, I have the kids and my husband does not believe in ghost hunting at all. He thinks that I'm crazy. So it's hard for me to like justify spending the money to go somewhere, know. So I think I would definitely have to go like as a group with somebody, like a big group. It would have to be as cheap as possible.
Yeah, they can get rather pricey, some of them.
Yeah.
And that's what's nice. Like Adams kept Madison at a nice rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's hard for me too, is like, I look into going to these other places and I'm like, what? It's how much? And you get how many hours? And it's, when you're used to Madison and the prices that he charges and what he offers for people, and then you try to go look somewhere else, you're like, that's not even worth it.
Nope. Like you look at it, you're like, what?
Yeah.
Am I investigating the whole state?
Right.
I was just trying to show Michael that Salamanca is 3 hours and 8 minutes away.
Oh, nice. That's
not bad. That's easy.
From where? Indiana?
From Stowe. I mean, wherever I live, not in Stowe.
Not Stowe.
See, Ron said he's been trying to get into the old South Pittsburgh Hospital and Hales Bar Dam. I'd like to go to Old South. I've heard that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be
although
cool.
after talking to Eddie, I don't know if I want to go there.
Yeah, Eddie had some interesting experiences
it was pretty
down there.
For him,
so. I've been to Pennhurst. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been to Pennhurst.
I still haven't been to Hillview.
Nope.
I haven't been to Hillview Manor. What's that?
Oh, did I say that out loud? Well, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna say you're not missing much.
No.
That's the thing. I mean, 5 different people can go to the same place and have
Well, that's
different
the thing
experiences.
too. Yeah,
Right.
you're right.
Yeah. You could. I mean, some people have gone to Madison. Oh, it's quiet. I've never experienced anything there.
They're
And I'm like,
liars.
what? Are you insane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can only say that because I've been to Hillview twice,
Yeah.
and I didn't really get much. I mean, it was fun, and I'll always say, like, I'll go to a place. I'll even pay for a place just to kind of go and just check it out, just because of the history of the place and just to
Right.
hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I would always give it another shot. But I heard that they had some work they had to do because I think that one of their roof was pretty bad over some of the sections, and like that was leaking and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not sure where they're at with that, and that's kind of why I say that because I don't know if it's been repaired.
True. Yeah, there's a lot of places right now that I know after the winter we've had are suffering, and they're not. Everything's been closed, so they're not getting that money in to be able to make these repairs.
Right.
And it's really rough for a lot of locations right now. I mean, thank God Adam got Madison when he did.
Yeah.
He got a lot of the work done that needed to be done for safety reasons before all this happened. But
yeah,
there's a lot of places hurting pretty bad.
Yeah.
But see, that's the key is like you got to take that money that you get, a lot of it, and put it back into the place. And
Exactly.
that's unfortunate that we see that a lot of places don't do that. And I'm not saying that Hillview. I'm not putting Hillview in that.
Right.
I'm saying that in a general way. Like because there's been places where they charge so much, you get in there and you're like, what the hell are they even doing?
Yeah. I mean,
if I'm being honest, when I first started at the seminary, I jumped in with both feet for sure. I was like, all in, but then I kind of had some like doubts, like, what is this guy doing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe he's just taking a ton of money, whatever. And then I see him pull into the building one day and he's driving. Oh my God. His car, like most 16-year-olds for their first car would be like, no, I'm not driving that. You know what I mean? Like, I think his car cost him like $500 and he bought it like 6 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, he's not,
he's not getting rich off this.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Because this is about the passion of the place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So after I saw his car, that was it. It was definitely all right.
You're like, all right, this guy's.
This guy obviously doesn't know what he got to
money back into this building.
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like I said, I would do Hillview again. The times I've done it has been a pretty big group. So that that sways my opinion sometimes on it, and it's unfair to the place. But it was very quiet the 2 times that I've been there.
Yeah.
But I'm always up to do it again.
Right. Well, I mean, sometimes the shows, I mean, they go into these locations. I think they blow them out of proportion a little bit.
Yeah.
You never really know. Like, I mean, every time I've seen a documentary or a show that's investigating Hillview, it's been like crazy, like off the wall activity everywhere. But other people go in there and they don't have much happen to them, or they don't see or hear anything. It's just I don't know. Different times.
It all depends too. If like we've talked about before, like usually sometimes you're doing these right after other group is either right there, bam, bam, bam. They're probably tired of talking to people.
Right.
Yeah.
And the 2 I went were pretty big. Like one was with the Columbus group.
Yeah.
So that was really big, and then the other time was with another guy's group. We were just kind of on there.
Sure.
And that place is pretty small too, so right? So if you have a lot of people, you're really not, there's a lot of contamination and stuff, I would imagine.
Well, there's like different wings. You can kind of separate, but it just depends. Because a lot of it's like, it was a nursing home and it looks like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So there are long hallways, different doors, so it kind of stops you, but you can hear people in certain parts of the building if it does contaminate every once in a while. Now the cemetery out back was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, right by the golf course. I think it's on the golf course actually.
Oh, really? Nice.
Eddie probably knows more about it. But I think it's back there at least by the golf course.
Gotcha. I'd still like to check it out. It's just a place that I know is close.
Right.
Oh, we can do
I've
it, man. We can do it.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, actually, we were supposed to do Old Licking County Jail next.
I want to go there.
Yeah, we were supposed to do it on in a couple weeks, and that they're still not open yet. So
Really?
that's what we have to reevaluate and try to get in as soon as they open up. But I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to take start at the beginning over again, or if they're just going to wipe the slate clean.
Yeah.
I don't think we had made a payment yet, so
No, I think we had just started the process of that.
Right.
And Sarah was smart. Sarah was like, well, let's see how this.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Because we were making the decisions that this whole COVID thing started.
Yeah.
It was like the timing was just I guess it worked out because then we didn't make a payment and then not be able to go. But I know Terry's and they're trying to work and get that reopened. So we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go to Shalersville Historical Society instead, just to get the team out. Some of the team are not gonna be able to go because they already have plans. Obviously it's Father's Day weekend. So
Kate's sending me.
Yeah. She's letting you out of the cage, and so we're gonna go check it out. We're gonna try to do a live. I think we're gonna try.
Nice.
But I get better. Yeah, we've done it before there.
Yeah.
We've done it before there, just for a short period of time. But I got some new stuff coming, a new external mic for my cell phone, and so I can have a nice, better setup. That doesn't help the Wi-Fi situation at all, but you'll get quality video, hopefully. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I look forward to it. So
I wonder if we should try to run it off my phone. I have Verizon. Maybe that'll make a difference.
Yeah, it could. It might. Yeah. Does your
not that I'm advertising Verizon? Because
right.
It's sensitive.
How about a little? I'm like, oh, you're big balling with Verizon over there.
What are you, a rock?
Well, because it's the only place that works in my office building. And, a lot of people have to go outside to get stuff sometimes. But
oh yeah,
that's one of the only ones that really work in my office building.
Yeah. Yeah, we have T-Mobile. It's better than it used to be, but there's still a lot of places we can't get shit. Hinsdale being one of them for sure. What's that?
Yeah.
I said it's crazy. It's 2020. Get your shit together. I should be able to use my phone forever.
There should be no problems at all. Everybody, they should all be exact.
Yeah, come on.
I am the Starlink right now. Starlink is the future.
Yeah.
SpaceX. I don't know if you guys follow SpaceX at all. I mean, they're the company that just put humans
yeah, we watched the launch.
Americans back into space, but they've been launching a network of satellites that's going to bring Wi-Fi to everybody.
Nice.
It's going to completely cover the globe, and you're supposed to be able to get Wi-Fi where you normally can't.
That sounds.
And it's going to be like $25 a month. I mean, we'll see. I'm going to buy into it as soon as I know it's running. I'm going to try it out. It's got to be better than what I have.
Beginning of a zombie movie, though.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'll let you get it first and see if you turn into a zombie.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna wait. I'm gonna let it simmer for a couple months.
Yeah.
See what goes down.
I'm gonna see how this plays out.
Literally.
If I see Ray, he's like, I'm like, I'm not getting that shit.
See, the satellite has to crash onto the Earth first.
Oh.
And the radiation from that crash is what causes the zombies. Okay.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
Okay.
I
think that's. I think
I should have been ashamed of myself, though.
Yeah.
What's that?
I think that's scheduled for next month with the way this year's been going.
Oh my gosh.
That'll be next.
And then there are people posting about an asteroid flying within a couple million miles from the Earth.
Yeah.
It's like stadium size. I'm like,
the size of a stadium.
Excellent.
But I mean, the title itself makes it look like it's about to crash into the earth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then you read the actual. If you people don't read the
No.
articles
No.
that they post, because if you read it, nobody's afraid of this thing hitting the earth. We might be able
Right.
to see it, but
Yeah.
But
There's
it'll
been
be like
closer
50
ones than that one.
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And they even mentioned that in the article that there's a series of smaller asteroids that are becoming closer to the Earth
Right.
than this stadium-sized one. But again, nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
But everybody's in such a panic mode now, and everybody's like, "Okay, this is the end."
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, at times it feels like it. It feels like it's
Yeah.
every other day there's something.
Yeah, this year has been by far the most tragic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you
I was telling my oldest, I feel like we've lived through like a lifetime of crazy things happening, and it's only been 6 months. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it seems like a lifetime of
yeah,
what the fuck moments, and it's all within 6 months of each
Yeah.
other.
yeah.
Let's
I
see what
mean,
July has for us.
right? Oh, jeez.
There's always next month.
Yeah. Scary.
We'll get through July. There's always next month. Let's see
Yeah.
what
Right?
August has. I mean,
And then there's like, things like
1 month at a time.
yeah.
the murder hornets and
Yes.
Chernobyl. Chernobyl was on fire, and there was
Yeah.
releasing radiation back into the air. Like those things just get pushed aside. Like
Yeah.
those are not even a big deal right now because of how much other crazy stuff is going on. Like how bad does it have to be where murder hornets and Chernobyl being on fire are not a big deal? Like, oh, yeah. It's
Well,
just,
I mean,
it's
it's like
crazy.
everybody had temporarily forgot about COVID-19,
Right?
but now that everybody's been out there, now that everybody's been out there protesting, there's been like 21,000 new cases.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spiking in all these places that have been protesting. I mean,
Yeah. So we're
Well,
gonna get
you know
round
what?
two of
That
that
probably
again.
was with that plus the Memorial Day weekend. Now we're starting to get into
Right.
that where that incubation period is going to start to come out.
That's true. Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, but I saw a lot of people out not following those rules.
Right?
right?
I was like,
yeah.
you crazy sons of bitches.
Kathy
As I put my
Santori
mask
said.
on.
Kathy Santori said it's a transformation period.
Yeah.
Or
Like
it's
I
a
said, it's going to
transformation.
get worse before it's going to get better, but it's going to get better.
Yeah, it'll get. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of things are changing for the better, as terrible as things are right now.
Yeah.
Like even just the atmosphere and the earth, and that's healing so much from not all the pollution. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like everybody's stopping and paying attention. Like I actually quit my night job because of this, because I was seeing my kids so much.
Uh-huh.
And in the first week of the COVID shutdown, I had sat at the table with them more times than I had in like 3 months before that.
Yeah.
And being forced to stop and just be home and be in the moment has really like changed things for me. And it's put things in a new light. And I think it is a transformation for a lot of people. A lot of people are realizing like all of those things weren't important. Like celebrities were not important. I'm sorry, they were not important. Who was important was the nurses and the doctors and the essential workers. Like there are a lot of things that are transforming from all of this. So it's not all bad. You just have to really look to find the silver lining.
Yeah. You got to get over the daily
change
grind.
how everything is done here soon.
Yeah.
Or it's already changing.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hope it stays, because I hope that, people don't immediately jump back into their old lives, because after living like this, like I honestly, there's not much about my old life that is appealing anymore. It's we've been growing a garden and we're spending time together and we're playing board games and my kids are playing outside all the time. Like those kind of things have been good.
Yeah.
But
I completely agree with that.
Yeah. So I try to focus on those as much as I can.
Yeah, as much as we can, but we do have there are those times.
Right, where you can't ignore it, but
we definitely try. I've been like I seriously think about going back to work, and I'm like, I'm not going to be eating breakfast with my kids anymore.
Right.
I'm going to be gone. I'm going to see them, 3 or 4 hours a day tops, maybe. If we're not busy. because I mean things are starting back up. So like their activities, like Eliza plays softball. They started practice again on Monday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're out playing softball now. So it's going to be the chaos of running, them around to their stuff that's starting back up, and But I mean, I enjoy that because that's family time, and we get to
Right.
watch her play. And
Right.
but I don't know, it's a weird time, and yeah, Kathy Santori said that it's what transformation is, an expansion of consciousness.
Yeah.
Definitely learning a lot by being at home.
Yeah.
I've learned that I gotta I cut myself off social media, like especially on the weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not on there as much, because I've been getting into it with people.
Yeah. You can't do
They've been
that.
pissing me off.
You can't do that.
I can't.
I can't get anybody to come back at me. You know how I've always tried to get.
You're always looking for your arch nemesis.
Right.
It's hard because no matter how strongly you feel about something, the other person always feels equally as strong. Like there's honestly 0 point to arguing on Facebook or any social media. Like
you're not going to change their thought.
Right. Nobody's ever looked at somebody's angry post and gone, "Oh, I'm going to change my entire opinion on that matter." They don't do that.
Right.
It's just I wish people would stop doing it. It's so like the negativity and the name calling and all of that just it does nothing. It's so counterproductive for making changes,
Right. And hopefully, this show, and like I know there's a lot of, this is how people are being entertained right now. Shows like this.
Yeah.
It's not doing it too crazy. I don't know if anybody's
not necessarily this show.
No, he just needs like the format, like the video chat.
It's like social media. I mean, that's their entertainment.
I gotcha.
The Facebook lives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, we had that game night. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, we did a Zoom game night. And,
oh, that's fun.
Yeah, Eisenberg and his wife and my wife's friends and family. It was a good time. So cool. We need to do that again.
Yeah, I'm all for it, and I hate games. But I like it because you really don't have to talk that much. You do it on your phone.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, we played a really cool game. It was fun.
But, I hope that the drive-by birthday parties also stick because I think it's so cute when they do the parades, you know, for people. We did one for my grandpa's 90th birthday.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. It ended up like the newspaper was there and everything, but it was just like that's just a cool thing that I hope continues after all of this too, because people get excited to stand in their front yard and then there's a whole parade just for them,
Yeah, right. Yeah, that is really cool.
And I want to put this out there. I am open for commencement speeches.
Oh, geez.
Or anything. I want to inspire the youth of this country.
It'd be great.
Oh my God, dude. Oh, and on that note,
hit me up on Facebook.
Hit Bradley Michaels on Facebook. Everybody, you know Ms. Heisenberg. He will do a virtual speech. Yeah. It's funny too because iHeart actually has like a whole channel now for commencement speeches.
What?
It's just like several celebrities have put speeches together. So like you could just like turn on the channel, say commencement speech on iHeart, and it'll play.
Nice.
Like, so they have like a whole channel just for that. But
I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Sarah just texted me and said you shouldn't be saying that you liked game night on Zoom because now I probably just set myself up for.
Yep.
The one day she's listening. Right. And why are you listening, Sarah? It's 11 after the hour. You should have cut out by now.
Right. All right, crypto heads. I think that's going to be it for tonight. We're going to sign off here. Denise, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Love having you on. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
I look forward to messing with you on a weekly basis.
I can't wait.
So we are working on a guest. Not sure 100% if they're going to be able to come on next weekend, but we'll leave that as a surprise. Yeah, it's you.
Yeah.
Get to know Heisenberg. I'll just randomly pick somebody in the chat room and say, "Hey, you're on next week."
Right.
All right,
It'd be
Eddie.
fun. We got good people in the chat.
It's like a chat room roulette.
Right?
Eddie Pence, you're on next week.
He would totally do it.
Yeah, you would. We got to get Tony on again. He was fun to have, and Kathy's always a blast. We've had
Right?
Brian on. He's chatting away. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But Crypto Heads, that is it for tonight. We thank you for having some fun with us tonight. We didn't do anything super serious. Got to know Denise pretty well and what she does at Madison, and I'll look forward to working with her here. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Eddie, love you all. Be safe, everyone. You too, buddy. You guys all stay safe. In more ways than one, a lot going on out there. So stay close to your loved ones. Stay close to home.
Yeah.
And everybody be safe.
Yeah.
So, yep. Any parting words of wisdom there, Heisenberg?
No. I'm saving it for my commencement speeches.
Okay. I gotcha.
I got notes over here. I'm like, I'm gonna put I see them on the commercials. I'm gonna get me a cap and gown and one of those big medallions like they have for like the South. You know what I'm talking about, the online school.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
It's gonna be great.
It will be.
Ron,
I can't wait.
Ron, thanks for joining the show, buddy. We love seeing you on every week. All right, Crypto Heads. We will spook you later. You guys be safe this weekend. We will see you next Thursday.
Oh, we'll be in studio.
Yes, that's right. We'll be back in Karma Radio Studios. So exciting. We'll be on the radio as well next week. So good stuff. You guys stay safe. Have a good week. Have a good weekend. Enjoy. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.